I guess we are going to start off with the New Orleans Saints at Dallas Cowboys. I think I've said this before. I'm a Saints fan, kind of Saints, kind of Lions. Lions are close by. I thought this team was going to be freaking awful. So it remains to be seen. I guess we're going to learn a lot about the Saints this week. Are they actually good and I was wrong? Or more likely, was I right and the Carolina Panthers are epically bad? We'll get into this one. We've got the quarterbacks here are Derek Carr versus Dak Prescott. It is the 18th best matchup for Carr, 22nd best matchup for Prescott. Dak, I think, is the probably a low-end QB1 for me here. Definitely still firing him up. Derek Carr, I am willing to fire up in a super flex league as a high-end QB2. I think he comes back down. This Dallas defense is notably better than Carolina last week. Single QB league, I don't think I'm firing up Carr. I guess there's situations where you're desperate. Like I know if you had Trevor Lawrence as your starting QB, you don't like the matchup there with Cleveland. If you drafted Aaron Rodgers as your starting QB, he's got a brutal matchup with Tennessee. I might play Carr over Purdy. That's a tough one for me. I like Purdy better. I'm not a fan of the matchup with the Minnesota secondary. They look like they could be onto something good there. But Carr is definitely playable in Superflex. As far as the running backs go, we've got Alvin Kamara. Jamal Williams burst back onto the scene, doing a little something there, scoring his first touchdown since he led the league in touchdowns 2 years ago. Dallas has Ezekiel Elliott, Rico Dowdle. They do have Dalvin Cook, don't they? He's not listed on the roster here. No difference. Let's see. For the Saints, it's the 15th best matchup, so middle of the pack. Cowboys, it is the worst matchup. Not a great run defense to face in New Orleans. I am avoiding Zeke pretty much everywhere. I don't think I have much Dowdle. I guess Zeke is maybe a desperation flex if you really have to, but I don't see him anywhere in any of my starting lineups outside of a desperation flex. Alvin Kamara, I have at 13. He is a high-end 2, low-end 1, obviously. Jamal Williams, I am not touching. The wide receivers here, we've got Olave for the Saints, my guy Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry, nothing really else of note. On Dallas, we have CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Tolbert. I should add, actually, Kevontae Turpin's an interesting one. If you're in a league like Scott Fishbowl, where they reward returners, especially Scott Fishbowl, where they really reward return yards, Kevontae Turpin's useful. He's a good kick returner. Most leagues, he's useless. The matchups here, we have 20th best matchup for Dallas, 24th best for Olave. So both medium to low matchups. Not really anything I want to impact. When I'd say these matchups here, unless it's a top, I think on my list is 5 or 6. If it's a top 5 matchup or a bottom 5 matchup, it really impacts it. Other than that, I'm not really looking to impact it a whole lot, especially early on in the season when, one game can really slant things here or skew things. CeeDee Lamb, obviously, you are starting. He is my wide receiver 1 this week. I will have 2 Saints start worthy here. The highest for me is Chris Olave at Chris Olave. They're the lower than I would have expected. Olave at 27. Shaheed at 37. I think I'm starting both of them as a wide receiver 3. I think Olave has wide receiver 2 upside. He's a sneaky play there. I love me some Shaheed, especially in Scott Fishbowl. Return yards, I don't know if he really returned much. He had 1 kick for 33 yards in week 1. So that was probably a low workload for him, but he has 1,000-yard potential in the season and adds in a whole bunch in the kicking game or return game. I like Shaheed there. Obviously, I'm going Lamb over Olave. I don't think anyone was surprised by that. Tight ends here. The Saints had 3 of the top 10 tight ends in week 1. Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Taysom Hill. They have the 5th best matchup, so it's a good spot. I believe in my sit-start category, Juwan Johnson is the guy I'm looking to stream. I have him. I don't think I have him in the top 12. I am just outside. Actually, Taysom Hill's my highest. He's at 11, but that's the Taysom Hill effect. I have Johnson actually at 16. I have Moreau at 22. The Dallas side of the ball is interesting. Jake Ferguson, he gets the second worst matchup, so it's really bad. You also have to add in, I'm not sure exactly how healthy he is, so that scares me. I don't currently have him in my rankings, or did I just move him down? Oh, I did. I moved him right down. Him and Luke Schoonmaker, the backup, are 31 and 32 on here. If Ferguson starts, he's going to move up into starter range, probably borderline low-end tight end 1, so 12, 13, 14 range. If Ferguson doesn't play, Schoonmaker's going to move up, but it's going to be more in the range of tight end 15 to 18. So he'll be a streaming option if you need one, but this isn't a great matchup. I don't have a whole lot of faith in him, so probably looking to get away from Schoonmaker. I will fire up Ferguson, though, if I have the opportunity.